thing. Orientation is locked. Hold on, y'all. You know what? Whatever. We ain't got no time. We ain't got no time. I don't know how to flip, dip. Y'all forgive me. This is my first time really just going up. Yeah, it's my first time really just going on live. See all messages. Notification. Whatever. All right, forgive me, y'all. Forgive me. I'm trying to get this thing. Hopefully, some people can jump on in the next 2-3 minutes. Peace, peace. I don't know who you are, Pack Attack, um, but you tune into the Neighborhood Hebrew Ministry line right now. Not sure who you are. You know what I mean? So, hey, do what you do, man. It's Darash. Can you hear me? Let me see. Peace, peace, y'all. Peace, peace. So, if y'all checked out the title, right? This is called Becoming a Husband. This is part 3 of the series. This is part 3 of the series. Um, Irene, um, whoever you may be, this is for the men. This is for the men. Um, and we're going through some things through the scriptures on how the scriptures tell men to be, right? How the scriptures tell the men to be. So this ain't about, what y'all may be feeling. Um, I don't know what y'all talking about in there in the chat, but yeah, keep all comments, you know, to the topic at hand. So this is men being husbands. Um, so hopefully y'all get something good up out of this, and get some learning and some understanding. Right. So again, I'm Darash Barak Yah, means seeking blessings, right, in Hebrew, right, as I am a Hebrew, biblical Hebrew, that is my people, my culture, as what y'all might consider African Americans or Black people, Negroes. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. So, the Most High's chosen people. So I'm coming to give a message. Um, and if y'all checked out part 1 and part 2 to becoming a husband, you can see that I started off talking about starting from boys, how men act like boys, right? And then we transition into becoming men. And then now tonight, we're talking about, or this evening, we're talking about moving into becoming husbands, right? So hopefully y'all done checked out those already. Go check out the playlist. Subscribe to my platform. And as y'all know, many of my fellow brothers and sisters is celebrating Shabbat today. For me, it's new moon of the ninth month, uh, Shavslev or Shevslev. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. Anyway, y'all can go look it up. The ninth month in its name. Um, I'm not, well versed in all the way, you know what I'm saying, on the Hebrew tongue and whatnot. But hey, I understand who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. So usually y'all would see my videos. They would have, my intros with all my platforms, and for you to go follow, and what I'm saying, if y'all want to donate and give alms and stuff like that. Um, you know, you guys can check that stuff out too. But I don't have it now because my connection, me pre-recording my classes didn't go up well. So I decided to just go live, right? So that way, you know what I mean, we can make it happen this way. So that way the people can still see it, right? Hold on, let me remove some people about this chat. Let me remove some people about this chat. Forgive me, y'all. I'm trying to get this thing together. Y'all let me know, man. How do I don't know how to block people up out of here. Hey, well, that's good enough. That's good enough. So, anyway, without further ado, man, I'm hoping y'all slide on in here. Hoping that we get some people in here. Anyway, you know what I mean? Because I ain't really tripping off the views. I'm just worried about who this message will touch to somebody later. So, again, this is Neighborhood Hebrews Ministries. And in this ministry, we focus on keeping families together and making sure that we move in the order in which the Most High commands us to move. You hear me? That's how we're supposed to do. So, I'm going to give it another minute or two. Um, so I can go try to share this thing off to some other platforms. If y'all hear some stuff in the background, it's just because I got my patio door open. So just give me just a minute. Go share one more. All right, let's get it quick kicked off. As I said, I'm in the new moon today, right now. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to it. Allow Yah. Allow Yah. All right. So, you know what I mean? Without further ado, again, this is part 3 of becoming, right? Becoming a husband. This is the series. Hope that y'all already checked out part 1 and part 2. Because if you didn't, hey, look, again, my platform is speaking directly towards the men. This ministry is speaking directly towards the men on how to lead their household. So if y'all hear me using language that you wouldn't use, hey, you can tune on off of this, go somewhere else, or you can actually listen to the things that I'm saying and not get distracted by how you think I should be talking, right? By how you think I should be talking. I don't give a damn how you think I should be talking. I'm talking as a man. So, hey, take it however the hell you want to take it. If y'all notice in the background, I got my banner back there for the next feast that's coming up, the Feast of Dedication, as y'all would know as Hanukkah. All right. So, yeah, again, it's not a Jewish tradition, it's an Israelite culture. So, you know, just a little tidbit there. You know what I mean? But if y'all can hear me, type a one in the chat. If y'all can hear me clearly, type a one in the chat. And we about to get to it. We're about to get to it. So again, this is part 3, right, of becoming a husband. So first we want to start off right here. I want to start off right here. So Second Peter 1 and 13 says, Yea, I think it meet as long as I am in this tabernacle to stir you up by putting you in remembrance. Why am I reading this? Why am I reading this? Because this tabernacle that he's speaking of is talking about the body of Messiah, right? Talking about brothers and sisters coming together, right? Getting together, doing our thing, um, and walking in the will of the Most High, right? Following the Messiah, right? Which is the word. So while we're in this body, right? A part of this body, right? Halal Yah. That's my brother right there. Hopefully you can hear me clearly. I just got to reading Second Peter 1 and 13. So while we are yet in this body, in this tabernacle, building up that cornerstone, right? I'm supposed to stir you up. So if you hear some language of a man speaking, again, this is a man's platform speaking to men to lead their households. So any lessons that y'all see on my page, any classes that y'all see on my page, you might hear some language that you do not agree with. I don't give a shit. The reason why I don't give a shit is because I'm speaking to men, because men are supposed to lead their households, right? A cuss word is not a curse. So understand what I just said. If that went over your head, go look it up, right? Go look it up. Go look at how the Messiah was speaking, right? Calling them dogs, calling people dogs, hypocrites, snakes, vipers. You know what I'm saying? Flipping over tables, whooping ass, right? He would be doing what we would consider to be cussing, right? Not cursing. Me cursing you would be me wanting you to die, putting a hex on you, right? Things of that nature, right? So while we are yet in this body, right? Going back to Second Peter 1 and 13, yea, I think it meet as long as I am in this tabernacle amongst my brothers and sisters, right? Talking and dealing with my people. I am to stir you up. I'm here to stir you brothers up by putting you in remembrance. Remembrance of what? Of what the hell you supposed to be doing, right? Learning from my mistakes, right? As I was a husband at a point in time, but I did not stand on the business that I was supposed to stand on. So I'm supposed to teach from that aspect. I'm supposed to teach from that aspect because now I have a testimony, right? And Most High willing, me staying on my purpose, the Most High will bring me forth a woman who I will find, right? And it will be a good thing, right? So this class focuses on the men who have searched out to find their purpose. Going back to what I just said, right? And plan and are actually executing with plans to duplicate and pass on to their households, right? To their wives, to their children, right? And to their brethren that they are around, right? Because a man is supposed to lead his household, lead his wife, lead his children, right? And they're supposed to be as a help unto him. So they're supposed to be like duplicates of him. You see what I'm saying? And our brothers, we supposed to be submitting on to our brothers with knowledge that we don't yet understand, right? So therefore, my brother can help me, and I can be a strong defense, a ak. I can be a ak for my brother, a strong defense for my brother, because I submit to my brothers, right? The things that I learned from my brothers, we walking in accordance with the Messiah, serving the Most High, we bring it back to our households and we make it right, right? So this stage is the goal, y'all. This stage is the goal, right? This is where we as men can now bring our gifts together, right? We can start bringing our gifts together and start building communities and actually contribute to our own infrastructures, right? This is what can really happen with us, right? So we need to understand that this is what it's going to take to actually handle the things that we need to handle, right? This is what it's going to take. So y'all just got to rock with me because we're going to go ahead and get some things out the way here. We're going to get some things out the way here, right? So let me see where we at. All right, so look, focusing on becoming a husband. This goes for brothers who already are husbands, about to be husbands, or just courting. Hey, if you focusing on your purpose and your plan, keep going. Keep going, right? Keep going, right? Let's go to Proverbs 18 and 16, right? Proverbs 18 and 16. When you check that out, right? Let me get my script because I actually didn't print it out. I actually printed out most of my stuff, but I didn't print out this one. So we're going to go here real quick so that way I could just read it straight off my notes so we don't have to waste no time. But forgive your boy. No, we're going the wrong way. There we go. Proverbs 18 and 16. Toss a one in the chat if y'all still vibing with me. Toss a one in the chat if y'all still vibing with me. All right. So book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 16. A man's gift maketh room for him and bringeth him before great men. Right. So this is the goal, which is the pinnacle, right, of a man's purpose, right? Because when you're focusing on your purpose and your plan, right, it's going to give you, right, your gift. It's going to open up your gift to you, right? And it's going to make room for you. And it's going to put you and place you around other great men. These your brothers. These is your ox, right? And y'all helping build each other up, right? So this is what it's supposed to look like, right? So these are the levels of the value of men biblically. Again, I'm not talking to nobody that's, worried about other stuff going on. Now, nah, I'm not even worried about and concerned about none of that, right? These are the levels of the value of men biblically. I don't give a shit about your worldly view. I don't care about your uncle or your grandpa who got this and got that. I don't give a damn. Tell them niggas repent and come on back to what the Most High said as men, right? See, I put the distinction between niggas and men, right? So get on your square. Get on your square and get back to your purpose. A man has to build up his value to get ready for his purpose that the Most High has for him first, then his family. A husband should be focusing on what? The Most High first, and then the family. Then the family, right? So now let's go back to what we was always talking about in part one and part two, right? And we're going to continue it in part three. Boys play, men plan, husbands execute, right? Husbands execute, right? So let's be real. Most of us ain't husbands as of yet. And even those of us that are husbands, we ain't went through this kind of stuff, right? We haven't actually been checked or checked ourselves on this kind of stuff, right? But the best time, listen up, fellas, the best time for a woman to attach herself to you or to any other man you want to raise up your sons and hey look is in the man planning stage. So go back to part two. Y'all go check out the series, go back to part two in the playlist, right? Becoming a husband, right? Part two, to build and help him execute. That's when a woman should be attaching herself between uh the boy and the man stage, right? That's what she don't try to come around when the man and already got what he got and got his value up. Nah, no, don't try to attach yourself then because now the man can't really discern whether or not you really there for him or not. You know what I'm saying? So, I know that this video is different. This class is different because y'all don't see me popping up the scriptures here and there and there and here. You know what I mean? Hey, I can't do it right now. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I don't have that type of technology to do that. I don't know how people do it when they do it. You know what I'm saying? Because they be live on here and then they be popping up the stuff. I don't know how to do that yet. So you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure things out there. You know what I'm saying? So let's just get back to it, right? So again, reminding y'all, this is part three. This is part three. Now let's get a little definition, right? And talk about husband, right? So husband, master of the house. House is another word for family. Go look it up in the in your concordance in the Bible, right? Look it up in the Hebrew, right? Master of the house or family, right? To love his wife with mercy. So how we're supposed to love our wives is having some mercy with them because we know that they're gonna fall a little short, especially when we trying to introduce instruction to them, right? So we understand that it's gonna fall a little short. They're gonna fall a little short. We get that, right? We get that. So we gotta deal with them according to their knowledge and where they're at, and try to be better teachers, right? Better leaders of the house, right? Not roaring lions, not out here tripping and doing too damn much, right? So we have to lead the family in the ways of the culture. What culture are we talking about? The culture we're talking about is the scriptures. This is our guideline on how to live a life, how to live the right life. Now, you're going to find women who are going to buck up, what I'm saying, act crazy, talk crazy, want to do their own thing. Hey, listen, brothers, at some point in time, the woman you have now or the women that you've dealt with, of course, I know you ain't did everything right yourself, but those was bitches. Go look it up in the Good News Translation, right? Go into the Apocrypha, right? Go into the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, right? And you're going to read chapter 25 and verse 26, or is it 26 and 25? One of the two. When it says a self-willed woman should be counted as a dog in the KJV, and in the GNT, it will say a self-willed woman should be counted as a bitch, right? Because she's self-willed, she's independent, she doesn't need a man, she blah 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 with the hands, all of that, right? So she cannot be led, right? She cannot be led, right? So we have to lead our family in the ways of the Most High's will. This is how we're supposed to do it, right? That's how we're supposed to do it. So again, I don't give a damn how y'all feel about how I'm talking. Hey, you can kick rocks and go to another platform, right? The husband is also supposed to be the leader of the vision of life goals for the family. So what is this talking about? Like back in the day, families were known to be blacksmiths, mechanics, barbers, cobblers, engineers. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. In the community. Um, and we've lost that now because now we have adopted this feminist independent mindset throughout everybody just can just be independent, right? And that's not what it's supposed to be. That's not how the Most High planned it to be, right? So we need to get back as the heads of the house, back as the leader of our communities, right? And put some structure back into play, right? Put the structure back into play, right? Husbands are also to be the economic responsibility to secure his family. Now, that also ties into the vision of the life goals for the family. It doesn't mean that this man has to have all the money in the world to take care of every last bill and nook and cranny and all that, because that's the only way that these modern women are talking about they will submit. And truth be told, y'all, these modern bitches is not finna listen. They not finna listen. Matter of fact, if they have not repented and shown it and wrote it down on an instrument documentation, right? So this is what I would tell y'all, brothers. Right now, have your wife submit to the things that you're telling her to do, the instructions that you're telling her to do with her word in action, which means she actually has to start changing her actions on how she moving according to what you're instructing. And then she has to give her a document to sign. And you keep it. Don't make no copies. You keep it. This ain't no for us. No, this is for me so I can make sure you're keeping your word, right? That's what it's supposed to be for, right? So make sure that you're doing this, right? But even if a man supplies everything, We got countless stories, countless examples of women still not being satisfied. So stop worrying about satisfying these women. Happy wife, happy life will be disproved in this class today. Happy husband is the Most High's plan. Straight up. That's how the Most High want it ran, like how He want it ran. You understand me? So, first, let's look at what not to do. Husbands, let's look at what not to do. Excuse me. Type of one in the chat, man. If y'all here, man, type of one in the chat. If y'all here, I see I got one viewer right now. Type of one in the chat. Appreciate you, appreciate you. Go ahead and share this to all the men that you know. We talking about the husbands. This is part 3. Go watch part 1 and part 2 in the playlist. Right? Subscribe to the channel. Let's go to Colossians chapter 3 and verse 19. Husbands, love your wives and be not bitter against them. Right? So we can't take on that feminine emotional trait of being bitter. Right? This is why it's telling us not to do it. Right? And later on in the class, you know what I'm saying, I'll go over that again and we'll get the definition for bitter. Right? Let's jump down to Hebrews 13 and 4. Go to Hebrews 13 and 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers the Most High Yah will judge. Right? So we want to be walking in accordance to what the Most High tells us to do as men. Right? And not out here being whoremongers or adulterers, right? So when we look at whoremongers, right, we don't want to be just smashing all these chicks that we know just because that's what our boys do. That's what our dads taught us, our uncles. You feel me? The OGs around the neighborhood told us to just smash the chick. You feel me? Just get some cash up out of ass and all of this. You feel me? Just degenerate talk. That's degenerate activity, degenerate actions, and things that actually kill us as a nation, right? Because most deaths in our community happen over a woman. And 9 times out of 10, you look at it, this man then he done took somebody else's wife. This woman belonged to this man over here. And you feel me? You done became an adulterous man, right? Behind your because that came from and rooted out of your whoremonger, right? You not being able to control your lust, you're not standing on business, you thinking that you're a man, you feel me, because you got materialistic things, you feel me, you able to bring the bees to the honey, you know what I'm saying? And when you bring the bees to the honey, all you're doing is you're just sucking them dry. You're creating demons to walk around in this earth because that's what a lot of these women is. A lot of these women are damaged and they demons, right? Because they have actually allowed those demons inside of them to manifest, and they have now accepted all of that. So now they're good with it. Now they're good with it, and now they done crawled over to your ass, and now she done brought her self-willed bitch ass on over to you, and you done been a suck, and you done accepted all of it. You feel me? That's where you went wrong at. You went wrong right there. You know what I'm saying? So we got to remember to stand back on business, right? So we can't be whoremongers out here, y'all. We actually got to handle business. We got to handle business and stand up as men, right? Adulterers, right? So according to the scriptures, when you go into Deuteronomy, I think it's 24. It's either 22 or 24. I'll read it for you just real quick. I should have threw it in here anyway, but 24 and 22. Mhm. Let me see. Might be 22. I think it is 22. Okay, right here. Let me see. Mhm. Give me a second, John. Mhm. Yeah. So Deuteronomy 22 and 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they both shall then both of them shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So thou so shalt thou put away evil from Israel. Right? So this right here is adultery. Adultery is when a woman is married and another man sleeps with this married woman, lies with this married woman, right? This is adultery, right? Another form of adultery, which is what we're going to get in the next few verses coming up in the book of Mark, is when a man deals treacherously with his wife and he just puts away, right? He puts away his wife because he's lusting after another woman, right? So for no reason at all, you just gonna put away your wife. You have now became an adulterer, and you are going to cause her to be an adulteress, right? Because you put her away again. Like I said before, you guys, you brothers is out here creating, you know, demons, right? And of course, the women, they got to step up to their own responsibility, but they can go check out their own class over there. She who finds a husband, check that in the playlist. Sing your wives that way. You feel me? It's going to be harsh for them too. Because again, the teachings come from the men. So I'm teaching it to the men to show to your women. And if the women tap into it, Most High willing that they repent. You feel me? So let's keep it on going. Malachi chapter 2 and verse 16. Go to Malachi 2 and 16. For the Most High Yah, power of Israel, saith that he hateth putting away, for one covereth violence with his garment, saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore take heed to your spirit, that ye deal not treacherously. So we're not supposed to deal treacherously with those of our bosom, the wife of our bosom. You feel me? Our wives, we're not supposed to treat them that way, right? So by us doing this, we move in a way that actually affects the community around us, right? It affects the community around us, and he hates the putting away because usually the putting away, we have gotten emotional instead of standing on our square, doing what we're supposed to do. Again, I'm teaching y'all from what happened to me. Again, I have a divorce under my belt. Not happy about it, right? Not happy about it. But I wasn't standing on business as a man all the way through. Don't mean I had to be perfect, but I wasn't standing on business all the way through. You feel me? I fell a couple times to what she wanted to do and this and that and that and this. And then, even though we had went over a couple things, you feel me? I didn't put it down like this is what it's going to be or, whatever. You feel me? Like, and again, that don't mean that you need to rule your house with an iron fist. No, but you definitely need to be tapping in, and letting them know this is how you're going to run your house according to the scriptures, right? So let's go to Mark 10, 11, and 12, right? And he saith unto them, whosoever shall put away his wife and marry another committeth adultery against her. So you see what I'm saying? So you're putting away your wife because you're lusting after another. You're committing adultery against your wife doing that, right? Instead, like, why put her away? Why put her away? You ain't got to put her away. Just tell her that this is what you want. I'm gonna go give me another wife because it is lawful. It's lawful. But see, other people would mix y'all up and say, "Oh, well, see, this is how you know that you can't have no other wife because that's adultery." No, because he wouldn't go against the law, right? Because there's laws that say that we can have other wives, right? There's laws that say that, right? So let's read that again. He that saith unto them, whosoever shall put away his wife and marry another committeth adultery against her. So we're not supposed to put away our wives just to acquire another, right? That's moving out of lust, right? That's moving out of lust. That's moving out of emotion. You see what I'm saying? We're not supposed to do that. Verse 12. And if a woman shall put away her husband and be married to another, she committeth adultery. So you see how his actions have led her to sin, right? Because you putting her away, right? She don't really know why, but you just brought this other woman over here after you would kicked her out because what she you know what I'm saying? She woke up with funky breath one day. Hey man, deal with mercy with her. You know what I'm saying? Deal with some mercy with her. Help her get her hygiene together. You feel me? Because at this point, she's already your wife. So you should have already worked on those things with her. You know what I'm saying? You should have already, you know what I'm saying, pointed her in this direction. Look, if she fat, she didn't just get fat, she got fat. So you should have been leading the household to make sure that she doesn't go down that road. And if y'all popping out babies and y'all need help or whatever reason that a man wants another wife, you can still want another wife. You ain't got to put away your current wife, right? Keep your house in order, right? Keep your house in order and stand on business. Ain't no lying around here, right? Ain't no lying, right? So when the Most High chose Adam, right, he selected a husband to tend to the Garden of Eden, right, and be a master over it, right, giving authority over it all and to work it and to keep it and to guard it, right? This is what the Most High did. So he set up Adam to be a husband before he became a husband. Ain't that crazy? Because that's what us men, we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be operating as a husband, getting to your purpose, moving in your plan, the plan that the Most High has for you, not the plan that you want to set up for yourself. Moving according to what the scriptures is telling you to do as a man to move as a husband and get to your works, right? This is what's going to help you out, right? So let's go to Genesis 1 and 27 and 28. So the Most High created man in his own image. In the image of the Most High created he him, male and female created he them, right? Verse 28, and the Most High blessed them, and he said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth, right? Let's go to chapter 2 and 15. And the Most High power took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it, right? To dress it and to keep it. So he already gave him husbandry duties. Already. He gave Adam husbandry duties because he took the man, right? He took the man, right? Because what we just read was we read um, those were the creation of the other people before he took the man. Because he said he made male and female first, right? So just to be a male, that would be called what we would call a beta. You just a male. Now a man got duties, right? But if you just a male, you're a beta. But a man has duties. We just read that very clear distinction right here in the scripture. See, males didn't have a duty given by the Most High, but man did. I don't know if y'all caught that, right? So to be a husband, right, is a man with a plan from the Most High. That's what a husband is, right? So the Most High took the man and put him into the garden to dress it, work it, and guard it, right? Protect it and provide for it. This is what we have to do for our wives, right? Hmm. Let's jump down to 19 and 20. And out of the ground, the Most High formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. Verse 20. And Adam gave names to all cattle and to the fowl of the air and to every beast of the field. But for Adam, there was found no help meet for him. So these are the duties that a man was given. So a man had to rock, Adam had to rock in his purpose, right? That the Most High had already put him to do under his instruction, and he had to move according to that, right? Before Eve came on the scene. Before Eve came on the scene, right? So from here, man was led a certain way, and right, and to keep an eye on everything that he is supposed to be the master of, right? Type of one in the chat if y'all hear me. Type of one in the chat if y'all hear me, right? Even if y'all watching this on the playback, type of one in the chat. Listen, he had to be the master of all of this because he was given dominion over it all. And then the Most High is showing exactly what he got dominion over, what he was supposed to do. He was the one with the plan, right? But we see the same thing happening now that happened in the beginning. We see the same thing happening now, right? Man is supposed to, as we told, oh, supposed to go get your house, get your money together, get all this stuff together, and then move your woman into the house and start your family. So before the woman even comes, the man is supposed to be about his business, right? About his business. Again, don't mean you got to be rich. Don't mean you got to be this. Don't mean you got to be that. But you need to have a plan and a purpose following the Most High. That's what you need to have, right? And if y'all go back, send the sisters back on over there, or even brothers, go back and go check out the She Who Finds a Husband, playlist, right? Y'all go check that out. Women are supposed to actually still be at home. If they're not married, they're supposed to be at home, but their independent mindset, they're out here in this world, right? Being independent. Got their own car, their own house, they own this, they own that, got their own money out there. Not to say that there's anything wrong with them having, you feel me, having something. But they're out here in this world without protection. Without protection. You see what I'm saying? And without guidance of learning how to be a proper wife. That's why you have the millennials now. They don't want children. They don't want nothing serious. Because their whole focus is the independence, which is the feminist movement that was pushed by. Hey, let's just keep it honest, man. The white women wanted this, and they attached it to your black civil rights movements. And so now you sisters picked up on it. And now what is it doing? It's destroying our families in the future. That's always been the enemy's plan, to look towards the future, to destroy the future, right? So let's go to Genesis 3 and 13, right? And the Most High Power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat, right? So what happened here? What happened here? Somebody tell me what happened here. Adam was tending to his purpose, doing what he was supposed to do to a degree, because he wasn't tending to who? To his wife. Not meaning be all up under her ass and you know what I'm saying? And oh baby, what you need? Nah, none of that shit. He was supposed to make sure that she had instruction, that she was following instruction, because remember what the Most High said. He put her there to be a help meet for Adam, one like unto himself. So she's supposed to be there tending to work too, not just over there kicking her feet up and just, I don't know what I'm gonna do today. Go get my nails done, and you know what I'm saying, just go to the spa, and you know what I'm saying, let my ass hang out. You know what I'm saying, while I go to the mall and to the beach and to the pool. No, she's supposed to be tending to work that her husband instructs her to do. That's what she's supposed to do. But instead, he wasn't paying attention, and she went off to be a self-willed bitch, independent, and she dipped. She dipped, and what happened? Another man got in her ear, right? Sold her a dream. You know what I'm saying? Now, the purpose and the plan in which Adam was standing on, he stopped standing on it because she brought him a whole new purpose, a whole new business plan, a whole new path. That's what she brought. And she said the serpent beguiled her. Slick nigga beguiled her. And they ate it, right? Let's jump over to 1 Timothy 2 and 14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. So the woman was wrong because she did not follow behind the husband. This is before any curse even happens. She was supposed to follow behind Adam and not transgress the law of the one we serve, right? So you guys should know this. If you guys don't understand this, the order in which the Most High has created things has never changed. So just as right here, when it says that she transgressed because she went against what her husband was told to do and was doing, she didn't follow what he was doing, which is what the Most High said to do, right? So the only way to transgress is to commit a sin. So she committed a sin by not following her husband, who was following the Most High. You see what I'm saying? So this is what we got to stay away from, brothers. We have to lead our households according to His word. Now, however you want to lead it, each man is going to lead theirs a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be cookie cutter. But hey, for the most part, man need to be standing on business. Husbands need to be standing on the business of the Most High. You feel me? Hey, and instruct your woman. This is what you're supposed to be doing too, right? It's what we're supposed to be doing too. And if she don't follow, hey, kick all the rocks. Get your feet dirty. You feel me? Hey, send them back to their mama house, their daddy house. You feel me? Instruct and tell, you know, feel me, and communicate with her parents. You feel me? That you can send her back to, hey, look, she don't follow, she don't listen. I need y'all to retrain her and help her to understand that she's supposed to follow me. She's supposed to follow me, right? And I'm gonna give y'all, you know what I'm saying, my mottos at the end of the class. You feel me? Maybe hopefully it help y'all out a little bit, right? Um, so moving in this manner of not managing your wife, brothers, when you mismanage your wife, you don't manage her correctly, right? Because they need our management, our leadership, right? Or your home, your family, your children, right? This is the fault of the husband, right? As we are to make sure the wife is equipped, right, with proper understanding. So we got to make sure that she understands what she's supposed to be doing from the get go. This is before y'all get married. This is before, you know what I'm saying, any intimacy starts. This is before all of that. You got to let her know how you're moving, right? Because again, brothers, as Adam, he was doing husband duties before he actually became a husband. So, men, we got to stand on business and move as husbands with discipline and authority before we even get the wife, right? So, we got to equip her with understanding, with training, right? So, we got to train her to do these things because more times than most, none of these women today, I ain't gonna say none, it's a very few of these women that understand how to actually follow their husband, right? And tools, right? So we got to give them the right tools, right? Certain books or you know what I'm saying, center to certain maybe to certain sisters who are on the submissive and following and doing it right. Go check out that sister. You feel me? Go bond right there. You feel me? Get some understanding from over there. But they need to understand that everything that they do needs to be approved by you, right? And when you give them these understanding, these training, these tools, right, for the time when you won't be around, this is why they need those, right? Because if they've agreed to follow you, then that also means that they agreed, right, to follow the Messiah, this word, and serve the Most High. So by doing what you say to do, they're going to be following the right path. Let's go to Deuteronomy 24 and verse 5. When a man hath taken a new wife, he shall not go out to war, neither shall he be charged with any business, but he shall be free at home 1 year and shall cheer up his wife which he hath taken. So, of course, we can't do this right now, but I ain't gonna say we can't, but we can get back to this. The only way we're gonna get back to this, husbands, if you get with your brothers and you start formulating business plans, entrepreneurship, right? Trying to get to, some land, right? Trying to develop these plans, right? Because the more we become self-sufficient, the more time we can get. So even though we can't even fathom taking a year off from business, right? But if we can start to build machines that can operate and generate funds for us, hey, we might be able to get a month, 6 months, so on and so forth. We might be able to build up a system where it can just constantly generate at least the bare minimum of what we need for a year, right? And in this time, um, to be at home, you are able to now instill that understanding, get more training with with your wife, get her the tools, help her understand and get into a routine, right? And also cheer her up, right? You can cheer her up, you know what I'm saying? Get those intimate times in, you know what I'm saying? Spend that quality time with her for that year, you know what I'm saying? For that time, because this is actually the honeymoon. This is actually the honeymoon right here, right? So this honeymoon phase that we speak of today and now, which most people probably only get 2 weeks or whatever they job they can get off from their job or whatever. Usually for some people, it's most people it's probably only a weekend. You feel me? A little staycation somewhere. Um, But usually like people gonna try to get about 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But this is what it's supposed to be. So while y'all are focusing on the whining and dining her when you first meet her, we need to switch that around. It don't need to be no whining and dining. It need to be getting to it. We need to get the hard shit out the way. Hey, you like me, I like you. I'm interested in you, you interested in me. Okay, cool. Let's get to know each other. Okay, cool. Now, this is what we're doing. We getting through the hard stuff. We getting through all the hard stuff. So then when we get to this point of this year honeymoon or extended honeymoon, whatever, whatever it's gonna look like, we can actually enjoy it. I don't need to be teaching you in this honeymoon stage, you know what I'm saying, as if I just met you, right? So a lot of times y'all get caught up in the booty, brothers. You get caught up in the booty. You know what I'm saying? You get caught up in the physical. You know what I'm saying? And she knows that. She knows that. Like when Eve transgressed and had Adam, you know what I'm saying, take that knowledge, right? She never apologized. What did she do? The very next thing they did was have children. So that means they had sex. That was the next thing that they did. She never apologized. So that's what most women do. Most women are not going to apologize. They're not going to take accountability. They're just going to throw that box on you. They're going to throw that box on you and it's going to sit you down. It's going to sit you down. Yeah, yeah, you. Yes, you, brother. It's going to sit you down. It sat you down many times before. Why are you trying to be all prideful now? You know what I'm saying? So, this is what it means to actually, because a woman should be cheerful to do things for you because she actually is really interested in you. Now, if she's interested in the potential of you, you'll start to see where her disagreements will pull her away because she disagrees with what you say. But fellas, just remember this. When the Most High tells us as his sons, right, his Hebrew sons, his Israelite sons, hey, I don't want you to eat pork. You shouldn't eat pork because it's unclean to you. You shouldn't eat these other things because they're abominable to you. Even though we disagree because we like those things, we grew up eating those things. But we follow him because we like, you know what? Father trying to look out, and I'm gonna do what he said. The Messiah backs this up and says, you know what? Hey, if you love me, you keep my commandments. Why? Because he big brother. So big brother say don't do it, so we don't do it. Even though we disagree. So explain this to your women, right? To your wives. Explain this to them, to your daughters. Hey, look, I have to follow things that the father says to do, right? That I don't agree with, but I still have to follow them. You see what I'm saying? So, and I have to not do what it is that I feel like I should do. I don't get a chance to separate myself and say, "Oh, well, I just need time because I need mercy because, nah, brother, stop doing that. Stop giving them uh oh, well, you just need to be patient with me. No. Not after y'all been rocking for a minute, talking for a while. Yes, in the beginning, give them mercy. Always in the beginning of everything, brothers. Don't resort to your masculine, right? Give them mercy in the beginning when you're first teaching them and giving them information that they don't have. Give them mercy because they need it, right? They need it, right? Because that's the only way they're going to understand. Otherwise, we might push them away, which again, I'm teaching from my experiences because I have done this. So I don't want y'all to fall down the same pit, right? So let's go to Romans chapter 7 and verse 2. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loose from the law of the husband. So the woman is loose from the law of the husband because he has died, right? We see two examples in the scriptures with Ruth, in the book of Ruth, with Naomi and with Judith, right? Naomi is the mother in law of Ruth, who instructs her to still keep the same customs, right? And following under the same tutelage as her husband would have followed, right? Because he was an Israelite, right? So she is now telling her to tell Ruth, or Naomi is telling Ruth, hey, look, you need to go present yourself and be submissive and listen to Boaz and present yourself so he can then take you, right? Because he's next to kin to come take you, right? He's next up in line. So you go there and you go do this, right? So this law needs to continue to carry. Now, if a sister to marry and don't choose to marry no more, you know what I'm saying? She can do the Judith route, right? Because she was so content with what she had. But that does not give her license to go out here and just go get ride from every man. She can't go just go get piped down from any man because she like, nah, I ain't trying to be married. I'm just gonna just be single and all this. This is the route that most of the sisters like 35 and up take. Oh no, I ain't trying to be locked down. You trying to just be a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna say things that y'all don't like. Hey, look, your sister that's 30 and up that don't want no man, that's just focusing on her career, but got niggas running in and out the house, your auntie, your mama, you feel me, whoever it is, no, that's a little hoe bitch. She's self-willed, so that's a bitch, and she's a whore. She giving up her box, and she just running from man to man. That's a hoe. I just broke it down for you. You feel me? I don't care how you like it or not. The scriptures actually use these things: self-willed, and it calls them a bitch, calls them whores and prostitutes. This is what it is, right? So we're gonna call it what it is. So men, beware of these things, right? So we want to make sure that we let these women know, like, look, there ain't no getting away from this. And if they don't want to follow suit, let them go, right? So we're gonna go right back to we're gonna go right back to Malachi chapter 2, verses 14 through 16. Yet ye say, wherefore, because the Lord hath been witness between thee and the wife of thy youth, against whom thou hast dealt treacherously, yet is she thy companion and the wife of thy covenant. Verse 15. And did not he make one? Yet he had the residue of the Spirit. And wherefore one? Treacherously against the wife of his youth. For the Lord our power, the Most High of Israel, saith that he hateth putting away. For one covereth violence with his garment, saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore, take heed to your spirit that ye deal not treacherously. Right? So, again, we just spinning the block back again, you know what I'm saying? Just so we can see this in context that, you know, from your youth, we can look at it like this. From your youth, you're dealing with a woman in the beginning stages, right? You're just getting to talk to her, y'all just find out y'all interested or whatever, whatever. Okay. You're supposed to lay down what's supposed to happen, right? But if she's doing things ignorantly and you're not teaching and you're not leading, don't deal with her treacherously because that's your fault, right? That's your fault. You see what I'm saying? And when we look at the Messiah, right? The Messiah is the only begotten Son, right? He's the only begotten Son, right? Meant to be the husband to the nation of Israel, right? But what does the Most High tell Israel? He says, "Hey, if you forsake me, I'll forsake you, right? But if you come back to me, hey, I'll bring you back on in." Right? So that's what happens is this is why the Messiah says, if you love me, you keep my commandments. So we cannot not show love to the Messiah up to the Most High. We cannot not show the love and expect to get the love. You see what I'm saying? That's not being dealt with treacherously. So a lot of wives will say this to the husbands. Oh, well, you're not doing this for me, so I didn't do this for you. No, you didn't follow my instruction. So I told you go sit down. I told you go sit down. Don't put her away. Just hey, go sit down. Now, if she keeps on doing it, hey, she would not go in the way that you would have her to go. Or read Sirach, right? Hey, go on your way, right? If she decides to get up and leave, let her go. Ain't no bending on your bending knee and all this. You feel me? Because a lot of you brothers is some simps. Y'all done got down on bending knee. Hell, I did it too. Again, I told you I'm speaking from my experiences. I'm never gonna bend my knee to a woman again. No, no. Because the proposal goes to the father or to the man that she respects or whatever that is her hedge of protection. You feel me? I'm never bending my knee to no woman again because she's supposed to submit to me. And again, not with no iron fist, not me just, oh, you supposed to do with it. Nah. We're gonna keep it righteous over here. You feel me? We're gonna keep it righteous and not funky. You know what I'm saying? So, we supposed to make sure that we moving in the spirit, right? Moving in the spirit. And if they decide to move out of the spirit, let them continue to walk, right? Now we can all find some repentance through the Most High, through the Messiah, for sure, for sure. But until those actions are shown, what did John the Baptist say, right? He said, bring forth meat for repentance. That's actions. Don't just come over here saying you repent. Bring forth meat for repentance, right? So let's keep going. First Corinthians chapter 7, verses 32 and 33. These right here are the scriptures that debunk happy wife, happy life, right? Happy wife, happy life is not scriptural. That's not scriptural. Let's get to it. First Corinthians 7 and 32. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belongeth to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. So as you can see, before Adam was indeed, shalom, shalom, Aki, before Adam was indeed an actual husband, before Eve was even created, he was actually commanded to do husbandry duties, which is to follow the instructions given by the Most High. So he was supposed to please the Lord. Right? Again, these scriptures right here debunk. These two small scriptures right here debunk happy wife, happy life. That's bullshit, right? Verse 33, 1 Corinthians 7:33. But he that is married cares for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. So pleasing your wife is linked up and coincided with the cares of this world. So a man is always supposed to be looking to please the Most High, even in your marriage. Do not get brought down and dragged down that hellhole of pleasing your wife. Please your wife. Do something to make me happy, to make me feel better. Man, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. You're supposed to be pleasing the Most High. You're supposed to be getting to your purpose, the plan He has for you, moving in His will. That's what you're supposed to be doing as husbands. Stop being sucks out here. You feel me? Stop being sucks out here. And you show these scriptures to your wives, to your daughters, to your mamas, to your grandmas, to your aunties. You show that to them. Ain't no damn happy wife, happy life. It's happy husband is the Most High's plan. That's it. Right? So once you get this solid foundation to regain focus to the Most High, rather than the title of what the world says your marriage should be, right? You then begin to move differently, right? Such as a unit, right? To really understand how to love your wife, because that same definition is not the definition the world gives you, right? It's not. But you must have mercy and patience, right? So again, in the beginning of dealing with anybody, whether it be your wife, whether it be your children, whether it be your brothers, whatever it is, you want to have a high dose of mercy and patience, because they more than likely they have things, or they don't know things that you know. So you're actually presenting new information to them. You feel me? So you got to have some mercy and some patience for it. But after y'all been building for a while, this is where it's like, hey, go sit your ass down. Go sit your ass down until you got it. Because now we're now walking in a commitment. That's why brothers prove each other. You feel me? That's why you're supposed to prove your wife. You feel me? That's why you're supposed to prove these things. That way, when you start to make a covenant, you feel me? You get into agreement with a brotherhood. You feel me? You need to know the type of man that you're dealing with. Nah, he gonna stand on business. Oh yeah, she gonna do what I say. But you be pissed off, pissed past festivity, if you found out that your brother wasn't standing on business and you get into a situation and this nigga curl up and run. Oh, nigga, after they whoop my ass, I'm coming to find you, nigga. I'm coming to find you. You be pissed off past festivity, you feel me, if your wife, which is again things that happened to me, right? So I'm giving y'all testimony, and this is what I'm teaching from this aspect, right? You know, a woman, and this happened to most brothers, right? A woman says, "Oh yeah, I'm good with this. I agree with this. I agree with this. I agree with that. I agree with this. I agree with that. Oh yeah, shalom, shalom. Oh yeah, I agree with you. I follow you wherever you." All for them to just what? Disagree with something and back the hell up. Stop listening. Stop following instruction, right? So we have to understand that before we move into those commitments, we got to give some mercy and some patience, which may take a little more time than what we see our forefathers do when they were interested in a woman, right? They just interested in, oh yeah, I like her, I want her to be my wife. Boom, boom, bow, boom. It's your wife now. We got the agreement. I can talk to your daddy, and we got the agreement. You feel me? The covenant's good. You feel me? Commencement. Meet me in the tent. You know what I'm saying? So you know, this is a way to help us really stand on husbandry business. Let's go to Ephesians 5:25, and then we're gonna jump down to 28 and 29. Right? Husbands, love your wives, even as the Messiah Yeshua also loved the church and gave himself for it. What does this actually mean? This doesn't mean be lovey-dovey, cuddy, all that with your wife. No, hell no, that's not what this is talking about. This is talking about love your wives as far as he loves. The Most High says this: for those he loves, he chastises, right? He chastises to make sure that they own the right path, to make sure that they have that protection and provision. The same thing that Adam was given to do in the garden, right? He was told to protect it and provide for it, right? Dress it and keep it, right? Before the wife came. So, brothers, this is what you have to do. You have to do this exact same thing. Protect and provide. So you have to make sure that she's following your instructions so she can follow the protection. You know what I'm saying? So she can get access to that protection, rather. You feel me? So the Messiah was whooping ass, cussing people out, flipping tables. You feel me? Calling people other names than what they names was given. Yeah, he was. Yes, he was. And this was all out of love. All of this was done out of love, right? So let's go to verses 28 and 29. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. So a man should be loving, right? Let's finish it out. For no man, verse 29. For no man either, no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, even as the Lord the church. Right? So going right back to Adam and how he had to keep it and to dress it, right? So we're supposed to love our wives as you got two hands. I love both my hands. I can't miss one of my hands. So we got to treat our wife like your hand. Treat your wife like your hand. You feel me? And love with her like you love the other hand. This is you, attached to you. This is yours, and she's your other hand. Love her the same. You feel me? Take care of her. It don't mean I kiss my hands all the time. No, you don't do that shit. No, I'm not gonna stick my hands in no stove and no fire, right? I'm not gonna let nothing hit them and hurt them and beat them up, right? Even though I do got some broken pinkies and stuff, but I didn't want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want that to happen. So we protect ourselves. The best we can put on gloves when it's too cold. You see what I'm saying? We do these type of things. You know what I'm saying? If we know something's gonna happen to our hands, we're gonna cover it up. Something's gonna happen to our face, we're gonna cover it up. Our body, we're gonna cover it up. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna try to protect it. So this is what that's talking about, right? And we don't hate ourselves. We don't hate our own flesh. So a man in his right mind isn't gonna cut himself because that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt you. I'm not about to cut myself. What the fuck we talking about? I'm not cutting myself. So he a man won't hate his own flesh. So you treat your wife that way, right? You don't want no hurt to come to you, but you want to nourish it and cherish it. Nourish it and cherish it, right? Nourish it and cherish it, right? This is why when a man comes in and men, it's not that men Typically, husbands don't get fat on their own. It's because the wives are feeding bullshit. So if the man is always talking about, baby, I need to get to the gym, then the wife, she needs to be understanding of who her leader is and say, you know what, we're gonna switch to all this shit up in the kitchen and we're gonna switch up the diet and we're gonna eat you only eating this. And in turn, guess what that does for her? Right. Because he's saying, hey, look, we need to change something up. She needs to follow suit and change something up so that that instruction that comes from him nourishes and will actually cherish keeping, because cherish is to keep and hold on to, right? Because I cherish this, I want to hold this, yeah, right? So I want to cherish it. Oh yeah, keep it tight. So these things you want to keep hold of. So how do we prolong something? Well, we take care of it. So how do we prolong our bodies? We watch what we put into it. Now, most men, we just so focused on doing what we do every day, we don't give a damn what's on the plate. Oh yeah, baby, thank baby. Oh yeah, baby, thank baby. But if we notice that we start getting beer bellies and fat and all disgusting and all that, we're gonna be like, babe, I need to switch this shit up. Looking bad out here for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's all a part of the nourishment, right? So we want to stick on that, and that's how we actually show love. So women, you know what I'm saying? Let your women know that this is how the love needs to come about. This is why men speak and do the things that they do, is because it actually comes from a place of love. Let's go over to Colossians, and we're going to go from 17 all the way, chapter 3, Colossians chapter 3, from 17 to 25, right? And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Messiah, giving thanks to Yahweh and the Father by him, right? So everything that we do, it needs to be by the instructions of the Most High in word and deed, followed by the order. What's the order? The Most High, the Messiah, man, and woman. So it needs to be all in that order, and we need to be giving thanks, right? In everything that we do. 18. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as it is fit in the Lord. So, husbands, brothers, your women need to be submitting to you, not your dad, not her dad, not her brothers, not her girlfriends, not her pastor, um, nobody else. She's supposed to be submitting to you. And if she has any questions, she's supposed to bring it back to you to see what you say about it, right? Because she's already in that covenant with you, right? So she should be trusting and following your leadership as you stand on this word, right? 19, husbands, love your wives and be not bitter against them, right? As we talked about that, right? Bitter, but we're going to get the definition when we're done here, right? Matter of fact, we'll get it right now so we don't lose track, right? So, bitter, right? To let something um, disappoint you, right? To let something disappoint you or make you sad, angry, or frustrated, right? And those things that disappoint you and make you sad and angry and frustrated, they start off as a seed, little bitter seed, right? But then when we let it fester, it grows into a tree, right? And you let those fruits fall on your wife's head. So we're not supposed to be bitter men because that's an emotional trait, as I talked about before at the top of the class, right? You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to maintain your character, keep poise about yourself, and not let emotions overtake you like it did your wife, right? She's the weaker vessel, right? So, you know what I'm saying? That's what gets us into trouble is when we start acting emotionally, right? Because an emotional foolish woman will tear down her house, right? An emotional foolish man will tear down the world, right? Anything can happen, but women tear down their own houses. Men tear down the world, right? We tear down the world. So if we start acting as women, what women do, how women react to things, the world is going to just be over with. We're going to kill off each other. This is why you have gangsters, right? Thugs, right? These are emotional men who don't know how to navigate through their emotions and feelings. They're emotional. They don't know how to, they don't have the level of intelligence to do so. This is when you see angry men. That's an emotional man. He's tripping. He's tripping. You need to stay poised. You feel me? And again, telling y'all from my mistakes. I had to repent and get the hell up out of this shit. You feel me? Because I had to understand that I was operating because most of my family that I lived with, that I grew up with, was women. My great grandmother, I was living with her when I was like 2, 3, 4 years old, right? To my grandmother, you know what I'm saying? Who I lived with my grandmother, with my mom, both single women, with my auntie, single woman, you know what I'm saying? The time, you know what I mean? My other auntie, you know what I'm saying? She was married as well. Um, but then, later on divorced. So she became a single woman, you know what I'm saying? So, and then, had some girl cousins, you know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah. So we're actually being influenced by the thought processes and how to gain emotional intelligence by women. So in my older years or my later years, I'm starting to see, okay, damn, I was operating with some emotional tendencies. You see what I'm saying? And we got to stop this. So, get that bitterness up out of y'all, brothers. Verse 20, Colossians 3 and 20. Children, obey your parents in all things, for this is well pleasing unto the Lord. So now I know y'all probably like, oh man, you kind of contradicting yourself because now it's talking about children obey your parents. You're supposed to obey your parent because you feel me, your mom, you feel me, is there, you're supposed to listen to your mom. Of course, listen to your mom. But why is my mom not with my dad? Why was my grandma not with her man? Why was my great grandmother not with her man? And why did they die first? Well, 9 times out of 10, they died first because they sick of the shit. Sick of the shit and stress. Because men only want women that are just going to listen to them. And then this man is ready to die for you. Not die because of you. Die for you. Put my life on the line for you. Right? This is how men, husbands move, right? Verse 21. Fathers, provoke not your children to anger, lest they be discouraged. Right? So we're not supposed to, again, provoke our children to anger because that's showing them another feminine emotional trait. They don't need that. That's not going to help them succeed, right? Verse 22. Servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing Yahweh. So this is going to tie back into the marriage. So husbands, understand this, that your wife is a servant unto you, just like the order goes, right? The Most High, the Messiah, man, woman, right? And let's go down. The Most High doesn't serve anybody, but the Messiah serves him, right? We serve the word, right? We follow the word, which is the Messiah, which serves the Most High. The wives serve the husbands. The children serve the parents. You see what I'm saying? So the servants obey all things your masters according to the flesh. So according to the flesh, men, understand this. You are not becoming a part of this woman's life. I don't care if her family is wealthy and financially stable and everybody has the right track over there in her life when you get with her. And no, she's being a part of your life now. She's now a part of your life, and you are her head. You are her master, her Lord, right? Not like slavery, not like all this other bullshit that may be running through their head, or maybe even through your head, because you probably still in a feminine mental mindset, even as a man, right? Or a male. Remember at the top of the class? There's males and then there's men. Which class are you in? These males move emotionally. Men stick to purpose of the Most High and follow that. We ain't rocking with emotion. We rocking with logic, and we stand on that track, right? So these servants that obey in all things your masters according to the flesh. So according to how they're supposed to be lining up, it's according to the flesh. That's why when you separate from your mother and your father, women are supposed to stay with my father and mother until they are married, right? The men are supposed to stay with their mothers and fathers until they are married. We can see many examples of both these things happening, right? because then you guys go up under the man's roof and he is now leading that household, right? So we're not supposed to be doing this for respective persons, right? Caring what other people think. Most women care what other people think, right? This is why they wear their makeup and their weaves and get the BBLs and all that and take selfies and all that shit, is because they're worried about what other people think. You see what I'm saying? But it's supposed to be of the singleness of heart, fearing the Most High, which is what most men tend to do. Most men tend to focus on one thing, and we ain't tripping off nothing else, right? That's why you can go into a man's house. Hell, you come to my house right now. I ain't got shit in my refrigerator, but I got some stuff that I can eat, and that's all I need to eat, and I'm good. But a woman come in here, she, oh, why you don't got this? Why you ain't got that? Why you ain't got that? Hey, I got a singleness of heart. Get your ass up out of here, funky heifer. You feel me? Now, if you want to be a part of this, hey, follow these instructions. Bring this kind of food in here. If you want to come in here, you want to have a say in here, bring this kind of stuff in here and follow what I'm telling you. If not, keep your ass outside. You know what I'm saying? Verse 23. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as unto the Lord and not unto men. So this is what we're supposed to be doing, things heartily unto the Lord. Remember, we read before in what was that, First Corinthians, talking about you know what I'm saying, how we should always focus, you know what I'm saying, the First Corinthians, yeah, when it was talking about uh the happy wife, happy life, you know what I'm saying, scripture that cut that down, right? It's because we're supposed to be worried about pleasing the Most High and doing it happily and cheerfully. That's how we're supposed to be doing, and that's how we're supposed to be moving, right? So, um, verse 24, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Messiah, right? You see that? You see that? That's the order. Knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of inheritance. How do we get the inheritance? By following what we're supposed to be doing. I cannot not follow it and still get what was supposed to be mine. No, because what's supposed to be mine is if I follow instructions. I can't get to the treasure if I don't follow the map. Did you catch that? Right? Let's go to verse 25, 3 and 25, Colossians 3 and 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive the wrong which he hath done, and there is no respect of persons. So, brothers, if you operate wrong, I do not support you. You operating wickedly and sinfully, I don't support you. I ain't got your back. I ain't going to bat for you. I don't give a shit. Now look, I'm not going to go against you as far as like another nation coming up against you. I'm not going to go against you, but I ain't got no good words to say for you, and I'm not bailing you out. I tell this to my children all the time. Hey, look, if y'all do something wrong that you know that I have taught you not to do, hey, you know what I'm saying? Again, there's mercy and there's patience when first time teaching. But hey, if you guys understood that this is wrong, hey, you're gonna sit in there and rot. Is what it is. I'm not coming. Not coming. Because men, we have to stand on business. We have to stand on the Father's business, right? Women want to do the same and do this and that. Hey, look, I'm saying what it is. You can kick rocks if you don't want to follow. All good with me, right? And when we do that, it'll actually start to change the trajectory of how these women are operating in this world. Like if we start calling out these scallywag hoes on what they really is, then it will change the trajectory of how they getting down, because they say that they dress how they want to dress because it's for themselves. But imagine if the men that they like, that they present themselves to with their titties out, with their ass out, with the tight pants on, with this and that, with the wigs, the weaves, the, you feel me, the excessive makeup, the big ass butterfly eyelashes looking like snuffleupagus and whatnot, you feel me? Let's understand, you know what I'm saying? What's up with my brother? Let's understand that if we were to call these women out, and let's just say you've seen a woman walking in beautiful sister, right? But she got her titties out, she got her booty out. You know what I'm saying? And let's say she likes you or she likes your partner that you with. And she come up, she like, hey, how y'all doing or whatever. And the first thing y'all say is, hey, you out of pocket as hell. You out here looking like a hoe. Go change. And then throughout her day or throughout her month or throughout the year, every time she steps out the house and she dresses like that, men, not males, men say, "Hey, you dressing like a hoe. You looking like a prostitute. You need to get the hell out of here and go change your clothes." At some point in time, sh that word is gonna spread like a virus through the community of women, and they're gonna be like, "Man, like, these men," even in the club scene. I don't go to the clubs and stuff, but even in the club scene, imagine if we did this. Because in the club scene, look at it this way. You might see a few niggas with some skinny jeans on, looking crazy as hell, but for the most part, you don't see men with their genitalia showing. uh, you don't see men walking in the clubs with their shirts off, right? You know what I'm saying? You just don't see that, but you see women with their titties all the way out, showing their stomachs. You know what I'm saying? Showing the bottom of their ass cheeks out, or wearing tight ass clothes that show their prints. You feel me? Now, men, if we stood on this kind of stuff, we would actually help the sisters come out of being respecter of persons, because they're conditioned to follow the what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, excuse me. They're conditioned to follow the attention, right? So wherever they get the attention from, that's what they gravitate to, right? So they gravitate towards the attention. But men, if we just cut off that attention, it's a wrap. So let's get on that, y'all. But let's keep moving, right? Let's go to First Peter chapter 3, verses 6 through 9. So this is going back up, and this is in correlation back up to Colossians 3 and 22, speaking about servants, uh, obeying in all things your masters according to the flesh. Okay, so keep that in mind. And we're going to go to First Peter 3 and 6 through 9. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, which means master, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid by with any amazement. So Abraham was Sarah's husband. She called him Lord, so she obeyed him as master according to the flesh, because they had what? Made the covenant to be married. So boom, right? And she was not afraid to do these submissive things because she understood her role. So you imagine telling a woman now to know her role, she gonna get all in her feelings. Y'all damn near gonna have a fight and an argument. She damn near gonna try to call her family members or whatever, try to come beat you up because you talking about know your role and shut your hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but women do this, and are afraid with amazement to do this because of their respecter of person. They so worried about what everybody else is talking about and what everybody else is doing and how everybody else may view them, that they don't want to seem like a fool, because everybody else seems to be living a good life, but behind closed doors, it's nothing but bullshit, nothing but it, right? So, verse 7, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered, right? So, again, what I was talking about at the top of the class, right, with having that mercy and patience, right? And even just a little while ago, we have to have that mercy and patience, especially when dealing with these women, with anybody for the first time, and introducing them information that they may not know. So they might not be able to grasp it as quickly or quick at all. But hey, having mercy and patience to deal with them. And yeah, after a while, if they just not getting it, you know what I'm saying? You'll know when it's time to just cut. But 9 times out of 10, most of us brothers then become some suckers because we didn't stay past that extended period of time, and we knew that she wasn't cool. We knew that it wasn't cool, and for lack of better words, some of these women have dealt with us past the extended period of time because we just ain't we some can't get rights. You feel me? So you know, but even still, if they have decided and you have decided with her to go into that commitment, because men, you hold the keys to marriage. You hold the keys to marriage, the commitment, right? They can't get married or become queen without the king, right? So they need you. They open up and have the keys for the sex, for the intimacy. So don't let that confuse you or go over your head. You feel me? Because that will throw you for a loop. That will definitely throw you for a loop. And you'll you'll start agreeing to stuff that you really don't agree with because of the box. Right? So let's not do that, right? Like let's hold each other accountable. This is what this class is for. This is your brother reaching out to you to tell you stop being a sucker. Stop being a sucker. Get off your ass. Hey, and get outside and cut some grass. You feel me? Do like Adam did and tend and dress that garden. You feel me? Get to your purpose. You feel me? Get to your purpose. You know what I'm saying? And get up out of her face. You feel me? So, you know, let's go to verse 7. So First Peter 3 and 7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as the weaker vessel. Right? So we got to give, we give them honor in what? Well, when you go read Proverbs 31, you go read Proverbs 31, it actually says when this wife would get honor because she's actually getting to her work and she's actually using and applying all this knowledge that you're imparting onto her as her head, as her leader, right? So that's what you're doing. You're taking the time to get that done, right? So, and then, instill or in turn, the honor is given, right? So First Peter, so chapter 3 and verse 8, and then we're gonna finish it out in verse 9. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one for another, and love as brethren. Be pitiful, be courteous, right? So if we can be as one mind, that means we need to follow this order in which the scriptures are talking about. Following the order, following the instructions, right? When you got a self-willed woman, again, i.e., a bitch, right? She cannot help the house. She's only going to destroy the house, right? So having compassion one for another, right? So we got to have that compassion. You got to love your brethren, be able to submit to your brothers, right? You have to be able to submit to your brothers so you can learn something, so you can actually go back and benefit and help your household, right? Verse 9, not rendering evil for evil or railing for railing, but contrariwise blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing, right? So this is what it is, man. Remember we talking about being bitter. So this is what being bitter is, and going tit for tat. That's evil for evil and railing for railing. You know what I'm saying? You're going tit for tat. You're exposing your bitterness, until it erupts when you should be talking about all the issues and problems so you guys can handle that, especially as the man, so you can lead and try to fix that. Because usually women come with the issues, men try to solve it. We try to bring forth solutions, right? Let's go. If y'all got an apocrypha, we're gonna go to the apocrypha for the next few little scriptures here. So go to the book of Ecclesiasticus or the book of Sirach, right? You're gonna go to chapter 25 and verse 1. And three things I was beautified and stood up beautiful before the Most High and men. The unity of brethren, right? Submitting to your brothers, loving your brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because that trickles down, right? Because man is over woman. So men, we need to get with brothers who we can submit to and say, hey, brother, teach me, I teach you, counsel me, I counsel you. We got elder men that we can go to and bring our problems forth. You feel me? We can actually handle something, right? Love your neighbors, love on your family, right? Men, show that love on your family. Even if your family don't ain't loving on your back, you reach out to them. You try, you try, you try. Even if it's just sending a text message, just try to reach out and communicate and make some things happen. You always put forth this action. Always put forth this action, right? And a man and a wife that agree together. So what are they agreeing upon? They're agreeing upon the order in which the Most High has set should be done. The man leads, the woman follows. You feel me? And you guys will be heirs to the inheritance, to this promise, right? And your prayers won't be hindered. You see what I'm saying? So once we do these things, we can actually move in together and be equally yoked. It don't mean equally yoked with all these loudmouth, independent ass heifers talking about, oh well, my bag, your bag got to match my bag. Your ambition got to match my ambition. No, it don't. You actually need to match the man's ambition. You actually need to match what the man wants out of you, not the other way around. Hey, you're going to be rich and single all your life. And when you get done, you're going to see that the Most High is going to count you as a hoe because all you ever did was just dismiss men. You didn't want to be led. You hate authority and leadership. You feel me? Because of your daddy issues, or you might even had your dad around, but your dad was a simp and your dad was acting like a little sucker. So now you feel me? You actually desired something more out of your dad, but then when stuff come around, y'all know what I'm talking about with these sisters, man. So we're gonna keep it moving, right? So stay in Ecclesiasticus. We're gonna go to chapter 36 and verses 24 and 25. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. So this is exactly what I was talking about, right? So that wife that you get, right? Not the woman that you just meet, but the wife that you obtain later down the road, right? She is now going to become, right? She is now going to become a part of you. So she's a part of you. So you're going to treat her as a possession. So she is your possession. So what do you do with your possessions? Y'all got an old school at the house, you know what I'm saying? Got that Cutlass, got that Camaro, you feel me? Got that stinking Lincoln, you feel me? That you just, you just cherish your possession. So you treat it well. You keep it in the garage, keep it safe, right? You do the same thing for your wife, right? And a help like unto himself. Again, why did the Most High create Eve? To be a helpmate unto him, like unto himself for Adam, right? So he can have some help and a pillar of rest, right? We all love that nurturing feeling, you know what I'm saying, from our women. And we love to just stay close, right? We love to stay close, right? So verse 25, 36, Ecclesiastes 36 and 25. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. So let's look into that. So going back to what I said, women, if you're single, I know you may think that your independent life is all that and all that, right? So brothers, if you're talking to a woman, if you're talking to a woman and she is single, right? But she living on her own, she out, you feel me? She always on trips and doing all this shit. She actually needs a hedge over her to know her every move, to tell her, you know what I'm saying, give her instruction to where somebody who she can submit to, because she actually needs the practice, um, and she needs to be applying herself to submitting to a hedge, which is a man. Where there is no hedge, the possession is spoiled. So before a woman becomes a wife, she is a servant to her father. So that's her hedge. So where there's no hedge, the possession is spoiled. So a lot of women will walk around entitled because their hedge was not really there. You see what I'm saying? Not really there. And again, I'm speaking from experience. Due to my experience, you know what I'm saying? Due to my, uh, you know, lack thereof, you feel me? And whatever, my decision making, you feel me? You know, I don't get to see my daughter. So she is without her hedge. So my daughter will more than likely grow up and be spoiled, a rotten little heifer. You know what I'm saying? And I love my daughter. But hey, if she's not around me to understand and learn from her father and get protection from her father, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And hey, we can think what we want to think about it and all that, but it just is what it is. Right? And he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. Why? Because men know, men, not males. Men know you need a wife, right? Playing this game out here, trying to just, you know what I'm saying, go bounce from chick to chick and all this. That ain't working for you and you know it. It's not working for you and you know it. You know what I'm saying? So, we really gotta stand on business and get back to what the most high is saying, right? I told y'all we're gonna cook on part three. We cooking on part three. So y'all just understand this, right? So husbands, I know I've been baking in the, you feel me? Baking, you feel me? We over an hour and a half right now, you know what I'm saying? Almost 2 hours in this thing, you know what I'm saying? But we should be finishing up in about the 2 hour mark. Most high will it. So husbands, these are the mature type of men, not males. These are men who are focused and not easily distracted, but rather distinguished, determined, and stand on business. Stand on business. These are typically the men who don't talk much, but rather get to it. Right? This should remind you. This should remind you of the career man stage in life. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. Where where that career man has, went to his schooling, his trade schooling or whatever, got certified, what I'm saying, through a program, right? And now he's applying the information that he's obtained, right? This is where you're not worried about popularity, about stunting, flexing, right? You're now using those talents and stuff that you built upon, right? Those gifts that you now acquired, right? Uh, you focused only on the things you're good at. Focusing only on the things that you're good at. Cause see, at this age in which most of us are, because most men don't really start getting their shit together till about between 30 and 45 years old. So we only need to be working on or towards the things that we're good at, right? And by this time, the Most High is showing us, right? Just like He did with Moses, showing him the plan at about 40 years old, right? And we can see other examples like that in the scriptures as well, right? You start to understand that your circle starts to get extremely smaller, right? And you're not going out. You ain't trying to be outside, going to the clubs and all that. Nah, because you focus, right? You start to notice that you have respect everywhere you go, right? Even though they might not be your people, but they respect you because they see you on your grind, right? Um, Let me see. You know what I'm saying? Here is the part where you have now stepped into. You have stepped into full-fledged adult man, right? Who handles his business and no complaints. You don't do no complaining, but you only finding solutions. You feel me? This is the stage where you no longer worry about material things or things that depreciate, but rather your investments, right? This is the man up stage. It's the man up stage where you stick to the plan, have the experience and knowledge, right? And by wrapping all these things up together, you know what I'm saying? And when you find that woman, you feel me, that will end up becoming your wife, right? She will only be there to help build and not distract you because you have also helped her to understand what it was from the jump, right? Because you are not distracted. So you are able to level up and execute, right? Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha. All right, we're gonna go to chapter 15, verses 14 and 15 and 20. Right. So it says, He himself made man from the beginning and left him in the hand of his counsel. So the Most High made man, Adam, from the beginning and left him in his hand, in the hand of his counsel. So we were always supposed to go back to the Most High to do what we needed to do, to get the understanding of what we needed to do through his word, right? Through his counsel. Verse 15, if thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness. So this is one of them verses right here that ties the Apocrypha, the Old Testament and the New Testament together, because it's letting us know if thou wilt, following that counsel, keep the commandments and perform acceptable faith. Okay. So this is what a man is supposed to do, a husband is supposed to do, right? Verse 20, we jumping down to verse 20. He hath commanded no man to do wickedly, neither hath he given any man license to sin. Right? No, he has not, right? Men were created to work the works of him that created us. As the Messiah is the groom, right? So the Messiah is the husband, right? Of the nation of Israel, right? Of us Israelites, right? He's the husband. So we are supposed to keep you feel me? We are supposed to keep his will, the most high's will, right? And follow his example as husbands, right? Which is saying to stand on the word of the most high, right? Stand on the word in order to perform, which is to execute your work. Because your work is attached to the counsel, which is attached to the commandments and your faith. You see what I'm saying? So all of your purpose is attached to the Most High, right? So these series, right, part 1 through part 3, are talking about moving men to righteousness and out of wickedness, right? Because we weren't commanded to do so. Not one of y'all was commanded to do sin. That's when we try to explain this to sisters. Hey, look, hey, men are biologically made polygynous. We are conformed and it is a taught behavior to become monogamous because that's what women are. Women can only have a baby by one man, even if she sleeps with 100 men in the same day. She can only have one baby father, so she can only be monogamous. I don't care if she's on the top of a metropolis. You know what I'm saying? Looking out of an obelisk, whatever the hell that is. It sounded good. So, we have to understand these things and we have to move correctly. We have to move correctly, right? So let's jump over to Proverbs chapter 19, verse 20 and 21. Hear counsel. What counsel? We just read it, right? We just read it. And receive instruction. What instruction? Them commandments, right? That thou mayest be wise in the latter end. So if we're adhering to the counsels since that we're supposed to be rocking with since the beginning, and that instruction, right? We're going to be wise in the latter end. So this is why it takes men a little bit longer to get their foundation secure, right? Because we have to learn these things and get these experiences, right? Verse 21, there are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord shall stand, right? There are many things that are going to be pulling at a man's heart, telling him which this way to go, that way to go. You know what I'm saying? Your family might say this, your family might say that, you know what I'm saying? This and that and this. You feel me? You might slip up time to time into a box or two, you know what I'm saying, or a box or few, you know what I'm saying? And they might be trying to distract you and help you go this way. Oh, let's take this vacation. Oh, let's do this. Oh, let's do that. Oh, let's do that. Right. It says, nevertheless, the counsel of the Most High shall stand. So you're going to come back because remember, in the latter end, you're going to be wise. In the latter end, you're going to be wise by sticking and coming back to his word, right? So let's jump over to First Peter, right? Let's jump over to First Peter, and we're going to go chapter 5, verses 5 and 6, right? So likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one to another and be clothed with humility. For Yahweh resisteth the proud and giveth grace to the humble. So if y'all go back to Ephesians chapter 5, and it's the verse, I think, 19 or 20 or somewhere in there, where most sisters are like, oh, so see, you know what I'm saying, like where it says why submit to your husbands, right? In Ephesians 5, above that it says basically submit to one another. That's not talking about men and women submitting to each other. That's why it clearly lets you know in the next verse that wives to submit to the husband. That verse before was actually talking about what this is talking about, that we men are supposed to submit to each other, right? And to our elders, right? Submit yourselves unto the elder, right? Again, also showing another parallel that men are supposed to have younger wives because it's almost like an inherent respect. You know what I'm saying? Because for some reason, when women are the same age as men, they tend to think that they can talk over them, talk to them any kind of way, treat them any kind of way, and it's just all bad. Dealing with scallywags. You know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to point that point out right there. You know what I'm saying? To let y'all know that brothers, you need to be clicking up with your brothers a lot more. And I ain't talking about niggas that's just in the street, you feel me? Your partners from way back. No, I'm talking about brothers who stand on his word, brothers who are going to correct you even when you don't like it. These are the brothers that you need to be lining yourself up with. You know what I'm saying? The elders that you need to be lining yourself up with ain't the pimps of old, ain't the niggas that who used to run the block and all that. Nah, man, he got to be stepping on the father's business. You feel me? Not on that, not on the concrete outside to see if it bleed. You feel me? Because hey, he finna break his feet. You know what I'm saying? Because that concrete does not give. You feel me? And we just have to understand that and stay focused on that, right? So verse 6, 1 Peter 5 and 6, humble yourselves therefore unto the mighty hand of Yahweh, that he may exalt you in due time. So when we submitting to each other, we're helping each other stand on business to actually help build up our households, which builds up our communities. You feel me? And by us doing this, submitting off one to one to another, to our elders that are standing on the Most High's word and His business. You feel me? We looking to be exalted. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, we may be exalted in due time, right? So, men, men, not males, men, we must seek counsel for His focus on His purpose for us and learn how to apply so we can execute in the end, right? This man in his husband stage, so you in your husband stage, you shall and you must stand on the Most High's word. That's if you truly want success. And I don't just mean success here, but I mean success in the kingdom when that judgment comes, right? So we are supposed to be next to a godly elder, right? To learn how to stand on business about the Most High, right? Because that elder is going to help get us back on track. Hey, nah, youngin, you ain't supposed to do that, man. That's how you're supposed to go about this. Hey, you're gonna build your house. Make sure you build some shutters, man. Man, make sure you build this little this little piece on the side. So if anybody's ever doing work on your roof, that they don't fall off to their death or hurt themselves. You know what I'm saying? This is also in the law. You feel me? But the elder's gonna know these type of things. You know what I'm saying? To just try to give you some more understanding, right? So as not to move off course. This is how you stay on course, right? So a husband has to go through the process of humility and learn to follow, which is submission to his brothers or the elder. So by sticking to this in the end, the Most High blesses us to execute. It's simple, y'all. It's simple. Now I know I'm saying it's simple, and y'all probably like, oh man, why you ain't getting it? Listen, just because I know what to do, it don't mean that these scallywag heifers is finna come through. Yes, I'm not married right now. I was married. I am divorced. You feel me? I tried to reconcile with her. You feel me? A couple times. You know what I'm saying? A couple times I tried to reconcile with her. My ex fiance, who I just recently had to let go because she wanted to be self willed. Um, After a point in time, obviously after mercy and what I'm saying was given and all that. And matter of fact, just recently with her, I just sent her a text just the other day to try to see if she was ready to repent and reconcile. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all not speaking from a brother or speaking or listening to a brother, you know what I'm saying, who's acting as if, you know what I'm saying, he's perfect or anything like that. Nothing like that. I'm trying to give y'all things to help y'all so you don't slip and fall, right? So you don't slip and fall. And that way you can be better, teach your sons better, your brothers better. Hell, even get his knowledge to your dads. You feel me? So that way they can start operating better in their later years. You know what I'm saying? So um the husband is a leader, right? Is a leader, but also a servant of the Most High and a follower of the Messiah. And the wife is under that husband. So she serves him, right? She serves him. Her and the children serve the husband. They're part of his house. Everywhere you go into the scriptures, you're going to see men in their houses. You're not going to see women in their houses. You don't see that. But today's time, you'll see women are boasting, talking about, oh, this is my house. Oh, I got my own house. Men don't give a shit. And you shouldn't give a shit because if it's hers, that means it will never be yours. That means she will walk into your house, she'll walk into your marriage, she'll walk into your relationship, and she'll say, oh, well, you supposed to work and go do all this and that for me. That's what you're supposed to do for me. And meanwhile, she working and busting bags off on the side, but that's all for her. That's all for her. She ain't worried about you. You see what I'm saying? So this order of being a servant and following the servitude, you know what I'm saying, and how it's supposed to be structured, right? Y'all can go check this out on your own time, but go to Matthew chapter 20, verses 25 to 28. Y'all go check that out, you know what I'm saying, and tap back in with me. But let's continue. You know what I'm saying? We're going to hit these last scriptures and then we're going to wrap this thing up, right? So let's go to Genesis chapter 18, verses 18 and 19, right? So, seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. Right? It's a question. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Most High to do justice and judgment, that the Most High Yahweh may bring upon Abraham that which he have spoken of him. right? So what's going on here? What's going on here? The Most High sees Abraham, and he says he's choosing this man. He's putting this man in a position. He says, "For I know him, that he will command." See, a lot of women try to trick y'all, brothers. No, we supposed to command our households. We're supposed to command our women. We're supposed to command our children, right? In righteousness, right? Command his children and his household. So that would mean his house. Ain't that what we just talked about before? Men, these are men's households. Even though there's women here, these are the man's household. It's the man's household, right? And he says, command his children and his household after him. Because what is he serving? What is he following? The Most High. So, however, he wants to control and conduct that household, they need to follow. They need to follow it, right? By keeping the way of the Lord. Not how she sees it in the scriptures, not how her dad told her, no, not her mom or her grandma, or you feel me, her the deacon from the church or the pastor from the church and all this shit. No. How they need to be following after him and how he serves the Lord to do justice and judgment, right? That the Most High may bring up Abraham that which he has spoken of him. So, same thing, Abraham is doing the same thing that we need to be doing. Because just like it told the sisters, right? Just like I told the sisters about Sarah being obedient and calling her man Lord, calling Abraham Lord, and all that. So that's how the sisters need to be, right? Well, we need to be like Abraham, which is showing us right here. We need to be like Abraham, commanding our household after us to follow in the way that we serve the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So here is a husband the Most High recognized, y'all. This is a husband. Abraham and Sarah are married, right? There's a husband. Most High recognized and instructed him to lead his family because he stayed the course and continues to serve the Most High. So, brothers, stay the course, stand on business, handle your business. Don't worry about nobody else's business. Stay focused on the Most High and teach your family to serve him the same way that you serving him. And you keep leading. You keep leading in righteousness. Don't be no lion roaring around your household. Hey, look, they don't follow which way you saying to go. Send their ass back to grandma and grandpa's house till they get it right. When they get it right, open them doors up, man. It's all good. Open them doors up. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna give y'all my mottos. 3 miles before I dip. 3 miles before I dip. This is right from the hip. So my motto number one: the price of my protection is your submission. Write that down. It's your neighborhood Hebrews, you feel me? Mottos that I give to each woman that I talk to, that I build with, women that I know. Hey, this is what it is with me. The price of my protection is your submission. You got to submit if you want my protection, right? Number two, I cannot protect what I cannot control. I cannot protect what I cannot control. That's number two. Number three. Number three. If I cannot lead you, I have to leave you. Number three. If I cannot lead you, I have to leave you. Again, these are all cemented in following the Most High because I cannot not pay that price of submission to receive his protection. If I don't submit to the Most High, I'm going to get killed by this world, period. If he cannot protect me, or if he can't control me, by giving me the instructions out of this book, this Bible. If he can't control me with this, he can't protect me. Because this is meant to protect me. All I have to do is follow it. So I'd be controlled by this. Right? And if he can't lead me, he will have to leave me behind. He says he will forsake us, those that forsake him. Peace, grace, and mercy, y'all. Hey, look, I'm in the new moon on the 9th month. A lot of my brothers and sisters is celebrating their Shabbat. Many blessings to you. I hope this I know it was 2 hours, but it's the part 3. It's for the husbands to really understand. So y'all go back and y'all go watch this one, or y'all go watch 1, 2, and then this one. And try to see if it lines up and see if you can add these things into your life. Most high willing, everything works out for you and yours. Through Abba Yahweh, I hope that everything works out, for his will in Yeshua's name, right? Through the Ruach HaKodesh, that Holy Spirit, may guide us all and get us in the right place at his appointed time. Hey, halal Yah, it's your neighborhood Hebrew, the Rosh Barak Yah Neighborhood Hebrews Ministries. Hey, it's about family over here, and that's all I'm trying to do is keep the family together. This is where men come together and talk it out. Look, if y'all in Fairfield or anywhere around there, tap in with me. We try to link it up, try to make some things happen, make something shake. You feel me? So tap on in with me. I'm finna take a little breaky break. Y'all, we got my brother has the Zoom Bible reading. If y'all want the link, tap in with me. I'll send the link out. I should have actually copied and pasted it and put it in there and put it in the chat for y'all. But I'll try to put it in what y'all just follow me. Darash Barakia or Neighborhood Hebrews Ministry on Instagram. Like I said, the video is different, or the class is different because I ain't got my whole intro video already pre-recorded. But hey, I thank y'all for tuning in throughout. Hey, Barakatham to all of y'all. You feel me? Hey, I hope this helps you. Hey, remember, we can't be no suckers, and we need to stay away from these bitches. You feel me? Hey, let's get away from self-will. Let's only follow the will of the Most High. And that's it. Let's ride. Shalom.